Can the Steam Deck handle Path of Exile 2? Absolutely, but the real question is, how well does it perform? Let's dive into the details. Before we get started, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, as it really helps us out. The game director for PoE 2 claims the game runs at a smooth 40 FPS on the Steam Deck, and occasionally he's spot on, keyword occasionally. I'm rocking the 256 LED model, and here's the truth. When I'm in town, the frame rate drops like my patience in a crowded supermarket. It gets pretty low at times, but that makes sense, as towns are notorious for being packed with other players, NPCs, and particle effects. All those assets and network data can really clog up the works. Out in the field, performance generally holds up, though when the action ramps up, the frame rate can take a dive. These dips are most likely caused by the Steam Deck's hardware trying to keep up with the intense GPU demands of Path of Exile 2's high detail effects and animations. It's a visually stunning game, and the deck works hard to keep it playable. In the early portion of the game, the performance has been solid for the most part, and I've even hit 50 to 55 FPS in quieter areas. That said, I'm bracing for the late game grind, where the combination of huge mobs, sprawling environments, and endgame towns could tank performance harder than a poorly built character build. It's worth mentioning, I tried the default graphics settings, but they didn't quite hit the mark for me, so I made a few adjustments. Most notably, I disabled dynamic resolution because it was causing way too many jaggies and impacted the anti-aliasing. I also set the upscale mode to FSR and image quality to quality, and overall I was pleased with the look. After that, I pretty much left everything on the default settings. There's definitely room to experiment with tweaks, maybe dropping shadows or particle detail could squeeze out a few extra frames. If you're playing this on your Steam Deck, here's a tip. Keep an eye on your thermal limits. The deck can run warm during extended sessions, especially in demanding areas. And don't forget your battery life. Big fights with lots of effects will drain your battery juice in an instant. If you've got any optimization tips, drop them in the comments and I'll be testing adjustments and sharing what works best. I'll work on more videos testing the performance of later stages and providing best tips for the best settings. Overall, Path of Exile 2 on the Steam Deck feels like a solid effort and definitely worth playing. So yes, Path of Exile 2 works pretty well on the Steam Deck, even if it occasionally stumbles. The real question is, will my FPS survive when I hit the endgame? Stay tuned. Well, that's it everyone. Hope this video was helpful, and until next time,